Good morning. Today we're going to go over a lesson for English today. It is special adjectives. Yes, that is special adjectives. Let's go. Okay, for special adjectives, there is 3 different types. Our first ones are the articles, and those are a, and the. We can have a or a whirling tornado, and air column. And do you know when we use a or when we use an? You're right. When our next word has a vowel at the beginning, that's when we use an. And the next one is the storms. So a, an, and the are special adjectives called articles. Our next ones are demonstratives. Demonstratives are pronouns used as adjectives. They point out the position of objects, persons, or places. This, that, these, and those are demonstrative. This heavy wind. This means it's close by and there's one wind. And you see on your pages, on worksheet page 233, there's a nice little box helping explain singular and plural and far and away for demonstrative adjectives. We have these shirts. These indicates that there's more than one, and those birds means that it's further away. So those I just use that. Anyway, those are just demonstrative adjectives. Our final category we're going to talk about today, and Dylan's doing his Rubik Cube thing right now, and you know me being able to focus. What a guy. Okay, so now we have our proper adjective. Here we have Canadian, which means they're from Canada, and Canada and Canadian are a proper adjective. That means there's one specific one, it's a specific name, so we're going to always capitalize that. Here we have a Canadian meteorologist. So we actually used an article with a proper adjective today. We're going to diagram at the end, but here's our 2 sentences that are on page 233. What we're going to do, the directions, read them or follow along as I read them. Underline all the adjectives, including articles, demonstratives, and proper adjectives. Draw an arrow from the adjective to the noun it describes. So here's our sentence. American cold air often comes from Canada. So, what do you see for our adjectives? You're right, American is a proper adjective, so we're going to go ahead and underline that. And cold, you're right, is also an adjective. So we're going to underline both of those and point both of those to air because it describes the air. We're done with number 1. Let's look at number 2. Those wild thunderstorms can form these destructive tornadoes. So we got a little more in these. So let's look. Where do you find your first adjective? Yeah, those. Do you remember what that's called? A demonstrative adjective. Very good. And then we have wild, and both of those are telling us more about our thunderstorms. So we're going to draw our arrows to thunderstorms. Next, yeah, there's one more in this one. You're right, did you see this? Another demonstrative. So these tornadoes, and what else describes the tornadoes? Destructive describes that. So we're going to point the arrows both towards tornadoes. Okay, so we get a diagram. Once again, I drew my line way too short. Or I mean not short, too low compared to where I just started that. So we're going to squishy it in here, okay? Okay, so we're going to diagram this sentence. The funnel cloud looked dusty. Let me ask you this first. What's our subject? Yeah, so let's label cloud, subject. What's our verb? Looked. Excellent. And now Looked is one of those special linking verbs. And so we're actually going to put linking verb in there. And if we have a linking verb, we're going to have a predicate adjective. So now we can go ahead and start diagramming that. Cloud is our subject. Looked is our linking verb. Dusty is our PA. Well, we still have these two words we haven't used yet because they both describe what kind of cloud it is. So this time we're going to have two diagonal lines attached to cloud. The first one is our article, capital letters, beginning of the sentence, the, and then funnel tells us what kind it is. So we're going to write funnel there. So here we have our two adjectives that describe the cloud. And that's how we'll diagram. So today's assignment is to do page 233 and to do the special adjective extra practice, which is page 75. So I hope I have that right in your agenda today. If not, let me know and we can figure out where we're going from here. Once you complete this and get it, any questions, make sure to see me at live, and we'll do our math first and then we can talk about any questions you may have here. So have a wonderful morning and I'll see you in a little bit. Bye-bye. And that was the cat flying. Imagine that.